realized that was quiet. Sorry, guys. We'll get started here in a second. Pulling the chat up, make sure everything's good. Alright, so let's hop over here. What is up, everybody? Hello in the chat. Who we got? We got World Edit and Jedi Jared here. What's up? Hope you guys are all doing alright today on this, I don't know, is it a pollen-driven day? I don't think I sound congested, but I am in full-blown allergy migraine mode today. So if I'm low energy, it's just because the medicine I just took hasn't kicked in yet, and my third coffee hasn't kicked in yet. But we're working on it. We'll get there. Hey, Sharky, how's it going? Today we're rocking and rolling on the dwarf. I did dig the dwarf out. I did all kinds of... Here, what cam can I move? I can move this camera. Look at this. See all my lighting I got over here? But I moved the lizards out of here, so I have like new storage and all kinds of crazy lighting going on in the back. But I was able to dig out the... there we go. Of course I moved this camera and it's all wonky. But I dug out the painted dwarf. So, we're going to change him up today. I think I want to do a striped shirt rather than not. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know. We're going to change up his outfit. I mean, he's a basic pirate dwarf, right? We can make him look cooler. So we're going to be painting this one up today, and then next Monday, we've got the awesome big old tuna guy here. So he is Chicken of the Sea, and he's ready to rock and roll. So we'll be doing him next week. But definitely happy to see everybody's work and everything. Hey Andre, how's it going? Can't wait for the next hobby at home. Yeah, I know a lot of people were super pumped about that. I know a lot of people saw Kevin from Hulk's Workshop share his miniature from the class, so that's really cool. Here they are.
Oh, by the way, Josh,
which is funny because a lot of people were a lot of the comments were people that they didn't realize, right, that it was from a class, and so it's interesting. But so there's some confusion coming from that. But so I can't remember which one's which here. Hold on. I have to remember which one we painted as a part of the class. I think it's the one on the left is the one. But so we had our first hobby at home class this weekend. I have 3 more classes slated to come out before the end of the month, so definitely keep an eye on that for those of you that are interested. But obviously we had a great time. It didn't take as long as I expected to paint. I think it took us about 3 hours and 15 minutes. But we also didn't really have any not a lot of questions. Everybody that was painting along, that was chatting, said they were able to keep up between 60 and 70% up to speed with what I was doing in real time. But it's really cool. So this was the original one that we used for the advertising on the class, and then this is the one that we finished in the class itself. There are still, I believe, 2 of these. There's either 2, I think there's 2, right? 2 or 3 available of these on the website, and they're, after the class goes live, if there's any inventory left over, they go 35% off. So if you are interested in literally getting a partially painted miniature and then a video teaching you how to paint it to look just like this, right? Definitely check out my website, minipainting.studio. Click that hobby at home button at the top, and they're on sale, and they'll be on there until they sell out. So, but that's pretty much it. That's all I did this last weekend. This upcoming weekend, we've got more Patreon goodies, and that's it. It's always a fun time around here. So let's get started. I'm gonna grab this succubus kiss. We're gonna base coat the bandana on this guy here. Relatively simple.
By the way, Josh, I meant to say that your stream on Friday was great.
Oh yeah, thank you so much too. It's so funny because that's the first. Well, I never have really pursued Twitch at all. I always just kind of multi-stream to it, and so every Friday I've been hanging out with another painter. So 2 weeks ago I had Kevin from Hulk's Workshop, and then Friday we had Holly Monster, and had a lot of fun with her. And really, there is no plan on anything. It's just us hanging out, talking, painting, whatever. But Justin rated the stream and gifted a bunch of subs. That's really exciting. So I'll obviously keep streaming on Twitch and everything like that, but I don't know, we'll see. I mean, now that there's money in the account waiting, I'm like, all right, well, let's see if I can ever get it out of the account. And so it'll be my new goal to see if I can ever cash out on Twitch. That'll be exciting. But we had a lot of fun. I know she wants to do it again. We talked about doing kind of like how I did dueling brushes it's what I wanted to do at ReaperCon this year if we were going to have it in person. But where two people stream and they work on the same miniature. Not anything crazy, right? Like, I'm assuming we would give each other a challenge, like we're only allowed to use one color plus white and black, or like something weird like that, right? And just have a good time. But I was talking to Holly about doing that again in the future, and this week I have no idea. I don't really plan this out at all. I just kind of send somebody a message usually on Tuesday, and I'm like, hey, can you do this on Friday? And if they say yes, then we do it. But we had a lot of fun. The internet issue is definitely fixed this week. Hey, there's Holly. See? You say her name and she's summoned. But yeah, internet issue should be fixed. Sorry about last week. It was really weird. Like, the tech came out. He said that the main line going into the neighborhood's all messed up and all kinds of nonsense like that. So it's kind of just how it goes sometimes. But so let's go ahead and grab. Let's see. So go ahead and grab. I want to change a couple things up. Let's do this on the main shirt. So go ahead and grab Goblin Skin. And we'll do the shirt with Goblin Skin first. Should have shaken that a little bit longer, but it's okay. Now that I have a big old glob on my brush because this is not shaken enough, so it's going to be a little bit transparent. So I'm just going to do a real crappy zenithal coat here. But my plan is we'll do Viper green stripes and highlight it up with that null pelt. So it'll be like an orange shirt with Viper green, so it should look pretty cool. And then while that's drying, let's go ahead and grab your intense brown or whatever sort of standard brown you use. And we'll do the boots and the handle and the pistol grip and all that good stuff. I'm excited as well. So projects for me, I have too many. Oh, you guys want to see something crazy? Oh, look at this. I'm really excited. I've got so many projects in the backlog here that I am so pumped to start. Look at this. Look at this. Look how big it is. You see it right here on camera? Hold on. Get back to the set. Look at this guy. I could not be more excited about starting this project. But this is another sculpture. Same artist that did Swallowed by the Great Red Salmon. Had to pick this one up. This one was number 11, which is cool. They're all limited release, so definitely excited. But I have all kinds of crazy stuff that I cannot wait to get started on. And one of those things is a bunch of wrestlers from the game Rumble Slam. So I'm pumped about that. That stuff showed up from the UK over the weekend. But I know this week we're going to be working on that sweet three-eyed Yeti from Cobra Mode. And now that my internet connection isn't destroyed, right, I can actually stream this week, so very happy about that. Last week I couldn't really do anything until the end of the week. So I'm painting the boot all the way with my generic brown, and we'll do his peg leg with the generic brown. There's a hair on that blue tag. Let's see. And then let's go ahead and get a handle on the cleaver here. And yeah, let's get that belt and this weird little, it's not really a fanny pack. Is it a sack pack? Is that what we're gonna call that? I don't know. A pooch pouch? I don't know. It's definitely in an odd place, so I don't think you can call it a fanny pack, but. And then let's go ahead and get the wood on the gun. And then, I guess the pipe too, right? I mean, I would assume it's a wooden pipe. It's not really long enough to be an aluminum pipe or anything like that, so. Alright, what else we got? We got pants, some pantalones. You could probably get away with, like, darker bluish gray pants. So I'm gonna get some noir black on the palette already to get the ball rolling. I have so much water on my wet palette. The sponge is moving and the sheet on top is moving up on top of the sponge. You can see me moving the sheet. I'm in like ultra wet palette mode today. I got that wet ass palette. Whoa! Copyright strike.
Wow.
Whoa! Copyright strike. Alright. So we've got our Phantom Glow. I'm just gonna get a little bit of Noir Black. And a lot of the Phantom Glow, and I just want to make like a kind of a dark grayish blue here. I'm gonna get a little bit more black, a little bit more black, a little bit more black, and there it is. That's cool. That's a good base color. Oh, you know what? The bottom of his shirt is coming from. Is that what that I'm looking at, or does he have like a little PP bib? He has a P bib. Is that what they call it? And It's Always Sunny. We gotta see what's going on here. I don't think his shirt is like untucked and long, but now that I've painted the pants, you guys can see what I'm talking about, right? I like how we're always guessing what's going on in these fantasy outfits. Like, what are we looking at here? All right, so I don't know. We'll paint that just a different color towards the end here. How about I take this same green? Here, I'll add, grayish color, then I'll add some Succubus Kiss, a little bit of brown. There we go. Now it's just a weird gray. We'll highlight that up at some point. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but you know what? It's okay. We're not judging him. He's a pirate. He can wear the weird outfits all he wants, you know? And then we did a gray beard. This would be a good base gray color for the beard. I'll use the same thing. We'll just do an overall wash and then highlight away like we always do. Now then, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna redo this. Was it orange brown? What color did I use? Hold on. Okay. I think I used orange brown to base coat the shirt, not goblin skin. Okay, let me fix that. We're gonna do goblin skin. Orange brown's very intriguing color. All right. This will be the. Oh no, I did. Did I? Yeah. That's weird. Unless the orange brown was so undermixed through the vortex. Who knows? Is this mixed up yet? Maybe? do another coat. Oh no, I guess we did. I guess it just was so transparent that it looked way brighter than it should be. That's funny. Okay. Alright, there we go. So we'll let all this kind of set up. Let's grab our metallics. So, where's my hone steel at? Where are the hones? Alright, there it is. Give that a nice little spinny doodah. Spinny doodah, eh? Make sure you guys catch. I don't know if it's I don't know. Whatever show Ron show. It's on Friday, right? Let me see. Whatever show is on Friday, the 25th. Make sure you guys watch, because I know Ron's gonna be showing off that Shadow Dragon. I shipped that off to him this morning. He said it was time to use it for an update. So I finished the poor bleeding victim. So there's like this awesome like trail of.
I actually think the next show we do in person, the next show we do that might be the 2nd, not the 25th.
Well, he asked me to get it done, but maybe he's going to take a photo of it. I don't know. Either way.
Yeah, he was doing some other stuff with it, but I think the time he's going to use it is the 2nd. Okay. Unless he's done something and I don't know about it, which at this point, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, either way, he asked if I could get it to him by the 25th. So something, whatever, he has it. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be cool. But I finished up the poor victim, so I'm actually happy the way that like the I don't do blood effects all the time, but the way that it's I did it like flowing down the rock surface looks really cool. So and then I packed it like hopefully they don't break, hopefully it doesn't break shipping, but that would be the last cruel joke. But it is super, super wrapped and packed and foamed and all that good stuff. It was funny too, the guy at the post office, he's like, anything fragile? I'm like, yeah, it is fragile. Could you put a sticker on it? And he's like, well, what is it? Right? And I'm like, it's a resin sculpture. And he goes, oh, okay, it'll be all right. And I go, well, no, can you please put it was just weird that he didn't want to give me a sticker. Like, there are other guys that work there that anytime they see it's coming from, like, they always put fragile stickers, and it was just weird. He was like, no, I'm going to determine if I'm going to put a fragile sticker on it. Like, all right, man. All right, so then we've got his little fish daggers, which I think we're going to do in gold, and those are I think are little bullets on his hip there. I don't know. I mean, no idea what any of this is. We're just gonna paint it silver. What did I paint it last time? Oop, I think I did it gold last time. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm gonna grab the gold here. Antique gold, where you at? Right here. Got it. So we'll take our antique gold, and I'll go ahead and do our little fish heads here, little handles on his daggers. I'm assuming that's what those are. And then make sure you slop it on the wrist there. We haven't done our skin yet, so it's fine. On his little bangle. There we go. Make sure it just gets a nice coat. Clean it up with the skin tone later. We'll just say the bottoms of his daggers are gold too. Keep life simple. Fun. I don't know what this thing is underneath, so we're just gonna paint that gold too. And let's see, I think that's it in terms of stuff to do gold. And he does have that little wristband there, so maybe we could get that. Well, since it's just a mystery here, why don't we just do it? I'll get null pelt, and we'll just do a null pelt. Sydney was trying to tell me over the weekend that she was describing how Garrus, our dog, like chews on toys that we give him, and she kept saying, "Yeah, he always gnawls on things." And I'm like, Sydney, I know you like to add letters to words, but there's no L in that word. She's like, "What do you mean, gnawing on something?" I'm like, okay, you're describing a creature, not a verb. Alright. We'll grab this here. Oh, and Sydney's new computer gets here on Wednesday, so I am going to be very much so pushing her to get her streams started for her illustration stuff and her ZBrush sculpting. I already have her camera set up, everything. We're just waiting on that computer. And then the old computer is going to be a 3D printed computer, so that's cool. Alright, now I'm going to let that last application dry, and then we're just going to do a generic noir black wash on everything. Crazy, I know, but sometimes you just gotta keep it simple and don't overthink it. I'm gonna make the wash over here. Got that nice washy consistency. Add a little bit more water. We're not to flubber levels yet. There we go. Now we're looking good. I had somebody on Facebook argue with me that I'm an idiot for using water to make washes. And it wasn't an argument to begin with. They just immediately, somebody was like, you know, do I need to buy like a wash or a shade or whatever? It was like somebody that didn't understand the difference between the products and then just like using the term as like a verb or whatever. And so I was like, so if you just think about it like a verb, right, rather than like actual separate products, it's a lot easier to understand what's going on, right? And then I'm like, you can just use your paint, add water, and it works just fine. And the guy replied back and was like, you're an idiot if you're gonna add water to do washes because all you're gonna get is tea staining. So there you go, everybody. There you go, everybody. You learned it here first. After teaching all of you for nearly a year. We've been doing it wrong this whole time, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Alright, I think we're good to go. So I'm gonna take this wash. I'm just gonna go all over the body. And, you know, the goal here is to get as much tea staining as possible. Obviously, that's exactly what we want. Tea staining, for those of you that aren't curmudgeonly enough to know that term yet, right? All that means is that sometimes when you have wet paint, it dries kind of splotchy. That's all they're talking about.
Isn't that what happens whenever you break the paint? So in theory, if you add too much water, you break it, it'll do that. But like, the idea being that if you added that much water, it's no longer a wash, it's just broken paint.
So, yeah, kind of, because, so in the context kind of like how I'm describing it, that makes sense, since I'm adding something to just paint directly. But you can also get tea staining from inks and products that aren't paints in general, right? So it's just anytime you get a blotchy surface when something dries. It's kind of like the general term.
Oh, okay.
And then a lot of the times, too, whenever Anne talks about the paint breaking, she's mostly referring to putting too much water on your palette and then allowing, and then some time goes by, and then it separates. So the pigment is separating because there's so much water, it separates the pigment and like the host medium that they use. So like some companies use resin, Reaper doesn't use resin, they just use some flow improver and stuff like that. But yeah, like that's just literally breaking the paint. Is at least people that use a wet palette. That's what they're running into.
Ah, okay, I see now.
All right, so I'm gonna let that dry. Something weird has happened with my null pelt, which is intriguing. Or not my null pelt, my, what is this? What color was it? Goblin skin? It's like beaded up. This is very weird.
Also, Sharky, that'll likely never happen, being that I have not invested nearly enough time to be a teacher at this. I could teach other things, but there's no way I could ever teach painting. I would have to do it for so much longer. I have neither the creative brain nor the art background nor the experience. I have zero things that would be. You know what? I could teach it, but I promise it's more of a what not to do versus what to do.
Justin, don't you know that you're supposed to immediately start streaming and start a Patreon within like the first 2 months of learning how to paint? It doesn't require any actual knowledge. You can just start. It's no big deal.
I just have to go crazy with it, like Art Deco, right? Where like I just do something really abstract, call it art.
Yes.
And then people are like, "This is beautiful," and I'm like, sure."
I forget what it was. It was a video of a Karen, and shout out to anybody actually named Karen out there. But so it was this lady that was like confronting her neighbor because he's riding a dirt bike, down through the neighborhood, just having fun on the weekends. And she's like, "I'm out here trying to do my lawn," and so she's like she's essentially doing the edging on her lawn by hand with like trimmers. And the guy just casually is like, "Why don't you just buy an edger or a weed eater, right?" And she goes, "Because this is art, and I need you to understand." I was like, "Whoa!" And she's literally just like trimming the part of her curb in front of her mailbox, and she's like, "This is art, first of all." Oh yeah, he's gonna do the banana held on wall. Very true. So what I did, I noticed that I don't know what's going on with this color, first of all. Goblin skin, since it didn't want to attach to the miniature, I'm not sure what happened. But I peeled it up towards the bottom of the shirt, and so we're just going to pretend that he has a tattered shirt. I think it's going to add to this paint job. Make him even more piratey if he has a battered and tattered shirt. But we're just waiting on this to dry. Let me grab the good old Vex airbrush here. Speed up our drying process. I haven't broken the Vex yet, so we're doing good. We're doing good.
You still enjoying your Vex?
Yeah. I've been reading a lot of people saying they enjoy it now that they've had time to work with it too, and I think it's pretty good unit, man. But I've been doing some crazy stuff with it, so crazy is in like high level type stuff, so no complaints on my end. I've also put I've been putting varnish through it. I've been doing the Badger 3D prime through it, using the big needle, obviously, not using the little baby needle. That would be crazy. So, it's pretty sweet. You were using kitchen shears and a protractor. That's amazing. Alright, so we're about ready to rock and roll on this guy. We can probably start on his hat. So, we'll do the bandana. Go ahead and get heraldic red.
I can believe that, Carwin. If I were going to protractor edge my driveway, it would be more therapeutic than it would be anything else.
I need to mow my lawn. I should probably do it once I'm done here today. It's like 70-something outside, and I cut it down to the dirt pretty much in hopes of me killing the lawn into fall, but it grew back one final time.
Yeah, I love that I'm not the only one who feels that way. So like when my father-in-law talks to me, he's like, "Why don't you do these things to bring your, to make your lawn look great and this and that?" And I'm like, "You don't understand. We have different objectives here.
Yeah.
If I never have to mow again, it's a victory."
Well, and so my neighbor, single mom, two little kids, right? And she doesn't have lawn mowing stuff, so she asked me to mow her lawn as well. And I'm the kind of person that's like not going to take money for it, because I'm like, okay, I understand. So she always tries to pay me, but I don't accept every time. And so for me, it's like, not only am I doing my own lawn, I'm also like trying to cut it so short that up for hers that I'm like, trying to save myself the hassle on 2 yards worth of mowing. But I'm thinking if I do it one more time, we should probably be good into the fall. But I need to just do both of them. I was going to do it this weekend, but we had, the hobby at home class was like, I was ready an hour ahead of that, so that was like 4.5 hours worth of stuff, and then cleaning the entire house, and then Sunday more, it was just non-stop this weekend. I was so tired. But that's how it goes. And I mixed the Heraldic Red with some of the Succubus Kiss here, so I just rebuild up the base coat. Yeah, I got really confused. World Edit seeing you're learning the Vex. I saw that Aaron Lovejoy's like bundles on the Reaper website, and I was like, what's going on here? That'd be cool for my website, but I've never taken any of his airbrushing stuff, so I wouldn't know what his classes entail, but they seem to be a pretty good price. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking the Heraldic Red on its own, and I added a tiny little smidge of the Goblin Skin, just to give it a little bit denser pigment. Oh, camera, there we go. So I highlight up his bandana.
Yeah, we're actually, there's a little bit of a spoiler here for the people watching. We're actually kind of in talks with Aaron about maybe having a Twitch show on our channel devoted to airbrushing. So we will see.
All right, so we got that. And going for the middle of this top one, doing the top and bottom edge. I kind of like this red a little bit better than Blood Red. I feel like it has a little bit more opaque pigment than Blood Red, but it's still really rich. Now, it is kind of dark, so if you're looking for a really bright red, it isn't the best color for you. But, as you'll see here in a second, because we're going to mix some of the Goblin Skin into it, you can highlight it. You can mix it up to a highlight super easy. Reds are always intriguing. They're satisfying to work with. It's usually really easy to get smooth transitions. Most red paint are very translucent in terms of their pigment. That's just kind of how reds roll across almost all brands too, which is intriguing. Even like Chimera color, right? It's their red is more opaque than the rest of the line, and their paints are at least 30% pigment, so that should tell you. Okay, so now I'm gonna keep mixing this Goblin Skin. I feel like it did something weird because of what it did on the shirt. I don't know what's going on with it, but I'm just gonna make sure it's really well mixed. Maybe I need to cap tap it. Let's see. I have my pokey tool right here. I don't know what I'm doing. Here, we'll use the pokey tool. Make sure it's clear. Oh, look at that. Yeah, there definitely was a clog. Normally, paint does not cling to a pokey tool like that, so something's going on. Let me wipe that off. Okay. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I don't know, maybe there was like, that's odd. I'm wondering if I had like host medium like trapped at the top or something. Okay. So I'm gonna mix that in with our red. There we go, pretty much 50-50. And now I'm gonna use this color as our little shifted highlight. Let's see, where's my, there it is. All right, where's our crispy focus? Right there, okay. Just applying our highlight to the top there. The front little folded band. There you go. Back it up. Watching this makes me feel better how I painted my Zombicide orcs. I don't know if that's an insult or... I'm confused by that comment. Alright, so I'm going to take our skin color here and do our final highlight. Alright, let's see. So I'm following that same edge work, right? Just using a little bit less paint. There we go. And you can see it still reads red, right? We're not really moving too far away from that. Especially since we've used this same color as our base tone for the shirt. But like I said, we'll do freehand on the shirt. Well, actually we're doing more than that. Okay, so I'm gonna get some of our white out here, the splintered bone. One, because we need to mix a skin tone, but two, when you start highlighting stuff. So what I want to do on the shirt before we do the freehand is just highlight it as if it was a normal shirt. So I'm actually gonna grab the orange brown. I want to step away from the weird goblin skin. I feel like that color has been weird to us all day. There we go. So I'm going to take a little bit of our intense brown, some of the orange brown, and a little bit of white. And we'll get like a nice tan color. Alright, so then, because of how the paint like picked, right, what I'm going to be doing is following the outline of these sections, because I want these to be holes in the shirt. So it'll make a little bit more sense as I structure up the highlight. And just try and move it away from whatever happened there. I don't know, I mean, I think what it was that first mix had a lot of the host medium up at the top, and it allowed it to separate when we got it really wet. Which can happen. I mean, you guys saw that base coat, it was a lot, because it was pretty transparent. So you can see the edge of the shirt, right? And that's just where it like went down to the primer. So I'm just restructuring it all to look tattered. Up at the top, not so much. Let's go ahead and do the whole thing. Sleeve. I'm going to remix a little bit more of this onto the palette here. There we go. Okay. One thing that is funny is the neck on this miniature. He is just like, he is craning his neck like crazy. Who knows though, maybe somebody's calling his name. And just tapering it down to the midsection, like so. So now I'm going to take a little bit of the Phantom Glow and mix it in, and more of the white. You can see adding some green to that makes it much more tan. And we will continue to structure out and highlight out the shirt here. Let's see, where's my one here? So then after this color is when we'll go in and do our stripe. Only because pretty much we're at the point where I wouldn't want to highlight it further until I had that on. Okay, so I guess we should do the side here a little bit. So we got the beard over there. And I'm gonna go back darker, slightly. Okay, so let's grab our green. Do our Viper green, so we gotta mix that up for the first time today. And you can see how high, when I was highlighting that up around the like tattered edge, I left it darker on the bottom side here, so it adds that like three-dimensional look, so it looks like there's a shadow on the tattered edges. And then of course, whenever we go in and do the skin tone, we just have to avoid that. But it shouldn't be too difficult. All right, so we've got our Viper green. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Let's see, it's right here. And we'll do some stripes. Let's see, where should we, let's start right here. Like so. And I'm just paying attention to the fullness of the belly. Allowing any curves to kind of all make sense together. Evenly spacing the best that I can. Let's see, let's do more.
Continuing across to the back. And on those sleeves. See, let's back it up. Alright, so I'm going to grab our null pelt and some white. A little bit of that green. Mix it in there and make a really light green color. It's more of like a mint green than anything else, and we'll just be going for the middle of all of our green stripes in the highlight. Like so. Sleeve. Go ahead and highlight up to the little wristband here. Alright, so let me back this up. So now I'm going to reshape everything with the color we had first. Well, last on the shirt, I should say, rather, before we did the striping. So I'm just kind of restructuring it. Which will help build the dimension in. Okay. Back I'm okay with because it's darker anyway. And then I'm going to add more white and a little bit more of that LED blue. Or sorry, not LED blue. It looks just like it. Phantom glow. I always confuse the two. LED blue's in another kit that we've already done, or we're about to do. I forget which. I think it's in a kit we already did. Okay, so now I'm going to do the final highlight here on the shirt. Go. So in terms of a tattered shirt, I think we're looking pretty tattered there. Now then, let's do... I'm gonna get more intense brown to kind of base coat the skin. So I'm gonna do intense brown mixed with our orange brown as the base. I'm gonna add some white. And this should get us like a... This is actually closer. More of like an olive-y tan skin. So, tattered spots, I want to make sure I'm leaving a shadow underneath the tattered spots like this. That way it reads like a tattered piece of cloth. It looks like it does, so that's good. Go. And then we just got the arms, hands, face. Let's see, where's the finger? I know we've got these. And this hand down here. So, let's get the face. Do try your best on the opposite side of the face here because it's at such a tilted angle. I know. Alright, cool. Looks like we got a nice tan skin tone to start with. Now I didn't highlight up much further the first time around. This time around we'll probably go a little bit different direction because I want it to be a little bit more red. So I'm going to take some of that succubiscus and heraldic red. A little bit more of the brown here. There we go, it's a perfect wash. I'm gonna make a wash out of this. Typically, whenever I'm doing skin, I like to do sort of like a wash. It's more of like a rust brown tone. But warmer skin, different colors, obviously. So wash this on the face. May do a couple applications here. I don't want to go too dark, too quick. I'll do another coat. A little bit more red, I think, on the next one, yeah. So we'll let that dry for a second. And we'll go back in. Let's see, more of the succubus kiss, yeah, right there. A little bit more. There we go. So going back to the face. Here, neck, the belly. Out or in, sorry, move in. There we go. Yeah, I like that tone. That's gonna be good to highlight up. Easily peasily. So while we're waiting on that, why don't we do our pants here? We have this kind of darker grayish tone with the Phantom Glow. We'll reapply it after our initial wash. Same thing this side. Cool. Let's see. Here we go. Onto the back. Let's see, I'm out of white already, so to get more of that. To our final highlight here, this color. And it's a more neutral, it's a little bit dulled down in terms of the saturation. Again, actual Phantom Glow. Go onto the back. Nice, cool. Now let's highlight up the skin. So I'm actually just going to take our orange brown here and add some white to it. Use that to highlight everything up. So going for the tear duct, and then top of the cheek, the eyelid, got the nose. Just like that. That looks like some nice tan skin. Probably go a little bit brighter. Most likely. And then add a little bit into the tattered area of the shirt here. And then highlight more here. Highlight our belly. Work my way around to the other arm here in the back. Bicep. Okay. Spyglass? Oh yeah, okay. Definitely could be here. We'll do this little. We'll use the same skin tone here. Like that, and then I'll just use pure white and make it look like glass really quick. Easy enough to do. So do the edge. I'll do a nice circular chunk at the bottom. Easy enough. We'll even do, let's do like a... color's not good to do it with. Add some blue. Not really the right blue to do that, but it's okay. Alright, back with our highlight color here, in case we need the front of this arm. Okay, and then more white. For that, I need more white, actually, just in general on the palette. We keep going through it. There we go. Umbro, are you Gary? Because I think, if you are, I think I goofed. I've had a bunch of unsolicited requests to the Hobby at Home group, and I think you requested that. Let me see. 1 second. There we go. Then yeah, that answers my question. Let me see. Member request. Okay, sorry. If you want to resubmit to the Hobby at Home group, I'll let you in. I always forget anytime it's a different name than I'm expecting. That's my bad. All right, let's do our final highlights here. Okay, so we're gonna do this tear duct, eyelid, a little bit of the cheek there. That looks good. You know, one of the tricks to doing tan skin is making sure that you have very small highlight gradients. It makes the skin appear shinier. As you can see there, right? That's kind of the whole trick that we're doing. It's the whole trick. Now, of course, the other side of the face is like, good luck, dude. That angle is really, really rough. So we're just gonna pretend that that doesn't exist, but go ahead and do the tips of the fingers. To the other inside. bicep from the front. Okay, go to the back. Back it out. See how we're looking. We're cooking. We are looking pretty good. Now then, I'm gonna grab a little bit of this noir black thinned down. I want to outline the bottom of the shirt a little bit more, so I'm gonna actually mix it with some brown. There we go. So I can use it kind of like a pen. Just to really set that concept in stone here. There we go. That helped. Then just redefining the beard here. Simple enough. Okay, cool. Okay, so this needs a little bit more. Alright, so now I'm going to take some white, turn it into sort of a middle gray here. And we'll do some of just the bigger volumes on the beard. Wash it down again. I'm gonna take the same sort of lining color because this part right here on the shirt, it wasn't obvious that that was a separate texture. So there we go, that'll help. Okay, I'm gonna mix it up even brighter. About 2 steps brighter. Go in again. And then we'll wash it all down. Since this is a Bones Mini, right, it's a little bit harder to do implied lines on hair. At least this guy's beard, so what I would do is just a couple rounds of wash to bring the detail out of each little strand. Okay. Now then, let's see if our silver is still active. And not just grayed out. I think it's grayed out. So I'm gonna get our hone steel back out. Where you at, buddy? Right here. Let's highlight up our cleaver. Just outlining that bottom edge. Cleaver's pretty clean. Just a flat surface. Nothing crazy. Thanks again for all of the subarinos. Remember, you can sub for free using Amazon Prime if you got an Amazon Prime account. Just hit that sub button. Subs help any streamer on Twitch if they can get subs. But it definitely helps us with everything we got going on. Or you can buy the Miniature Monday kits. Either way.
Either way, for my show, it's like a 2-for-1 special.
But everybody, all the other streams too, that's how you can help out. And then too, I mean, I don't think Reaper's never done like a sub-only giveaway, I don't think, but you get your sweet, rad emotes.
The artist sub, drop your sub emotes in the chat.
Actually, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take our white, and I am going to try some implied highlights here. I know that's like the opposite of what I just said on the hair, but we'll go ahead and do it.
Just texture the hair out. There we go, that helped, right? Yeah, honestly, I gotta be honest. My favorite emote is the Justin face. It really reminds me of the sun from Teletubbies. I don't know why. Which I think was like a baby's face, if I'm not mistaken. It was like a toddler. I don't know why. It's unbridled happiness. I think that's probably... That's probably the connection there that's going on. Okay, and then, you know, we do have an eyeball, so... Do we have to... You guys know we don't paint eyes on here unless they're glowing, but we'll get there. Andre, that's like the funniest thing you've ever said. Oh my god, Andre, I love it. Thank you so much for that comment. That's just so perfect. Okay, I'm not even gonna attempt that eye, but we'll do this one. God, that is hilarious, Andre. Thank you so much. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is just a dot right here on the inside. There you go. Now he's got an eye. Crazy, I know. So difficult. So difficult. Alright, cool. What are we missing? We're missing our browns here. So I'm gonna make sure I have some fresh, intense brown. We'll highlight up the shoe and his peg leg. Yeah, I need to figure out emotes for since now there are people with subs on my Twitch page. I gotta figure out how to do some funny emotes. Some funny emotes. Now, there is like a metal bit on the back of his shoe. I am not concerned with it at all. I mean, it even looks like maybe he's got like his feet coming out of his shoe. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm not gonna ask questions, alright? I am gonna grab some of this white, mix it in with the intense brown, just make like a little bit brighter color. pretty happy with what we got going on here today. Let's back it out. Let's compare the two boys. A tale of two pirate boys. I think ours today is way cooler. If I was gonna have to pick a favorite, all right. Get rid of that guy. We don't even care about that dwarf pirate. Okay, I care about this dwarf pirate. I gotta close this window. Sydney's sending me messages. All right. But I'm definitely pleased. I can't wait to see Byron's. I know I'm going to see Byron's. Byron is the king of miniature Mondays when it comes to painting everything. But definitely looking forward to it. I mean, I think our skin tone turned out great. I think the paint tearing after that wash, that was very unexpected. So turning it into a tattered shirt, doing the freehand on the shirt, really cool. It'll be a while. Well, timer's ticking, buddy. But I am definitely happy with the way it worked out. Our last miniature for this kit is going to be this guy right here. Yeah, I know the Facebook message. Everybody's like, was that me? Was that me? Was that my computer? But we're going to have fun with this next week. You got to have patience when we're highlighting up using Phantom Glow. I think we'll be okay though. We'll mix in more white as we do it. I'm gonna change this up. It'll look even better next week whenever we do it, as usual. But I'm psyched. I think this is one of our cooler paint jobs to rock with. So I do appreciate everybody hanging out as usual. This Wednesday we're gonna be working more on our long-term Patreon projects. This is the new Atelier tier gig. This is an old Dark Age miniature. Very exciting. The only thing we did last time was sort of prep the non-metallic metal in terms of tone and then just sort of render out partially one piece of it. So that's what we were working on last time. The person that painted this up first was actually Jim Wapple, good old Wappelius. He did a lot of the box art for the game Dark Age. So, you know, anytime I saw that work, I always thought it looked amazing. So it's funny now to look at him and just think, oh, how boring. I'm kidding, of course. He's one of my favorite painters. This week, though, in general, I don't know what we're painting for Patreon this weekend. I have no idea. I think it's I'm not sure. I think it's like oh, what's his name? The guy from Bombshell Miniatures. I'm forgetting.
Patrick Keith?
Patrick Keith, there you go. It's one of Patrick Keith's alien ladies, one of the Bones Black Chronoscope miniatures. Thank you, Justin, with the name drop there. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I've got more exciting stuff this week. I'm still working on this bust for my mom for her birthday. Her birthday is on Halloween, so we're doing this fun witch. But that's been fun. This is what I was working on actually with Holly Monster last Friday. So hopefully I get this done in time for her birthday. I'm sure very easily I'll have it finished. But beyond that, that's it for me this week. Obviously we have all the other exciting Reaper streams happening throughout the rest of the week. And I mean, I think that's pretty much it. So unless you have anything amazing, outstanding, outlandish, and killer for us, Justin, what you got?
Let's see here. I'm looking at raids.
You should raid. Let's see. Let's see who we got down here. Hold on. I clicked on somebody with like. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Can we drop a raid to Steve Sketches?
Is that all one word?
All one word. He's a phenomenal artist. He's a really nice guy. I think right now he's doing a D20 illustration. So like I think he's like rolling a dice to randomly select his stuff. He's got 7 viewers, so.
There we go.
Boom.
Steve Sketches.
Awesome, guys. Thanks so much. Drop this guy some love. I know he's gonna insanely appreciate it. So, thanks guys. We'll catch you next week.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Come back tomorrow for and show in the morning, and I'll see you guys then.
Adios.